Okay. Kinemon was not lying when he said that Oden was a wild card. I don't know if I could call him the ultimate villain or the ultimate charmer. It's understandable why a lot of people well said this and that, but at the same time it didn't really seem like Oden had any bad intentions, so to speak. Or was he just bored? He truly was weird. But finally we get to see his face, and he is not at all how I envisioned him to be. Granted, Uda's designs never are, but he's uglier than I expected. And why, for what reason, is he not wearing a kimono that covers his legs? Ugh. Yeah, the angry anime fan that is Sparrow, you were here. With chapter 961. A time back then when Wano truly were overflowing with luxury, which it does not have in the current timeline. Something wonders how it was. It truly was beautiful. Back then, Suruju, or Utsuru as we know her now, was still the poster girl for the tea shop. And according to this, she also was the childhood friend, I presume, of Kinemon, who we also see in this chapter. In the old ancient past, Kinemon was, nothing more than a yakuza. A wild, violent, and quite frankly rude yakuza. In this scenario, a group of gangsters wanted to sell something that was a snow white boar skin. That is something strange. And Kinemon, in the end, beat up those thugs to take that for himself. So yeah, Kinemon wasn't always a very honorable man. Which makes sense, he came from Kuri after all. He was a Yakuza thug from the capital. We're also introduced to Kosuke Sukiyaki, who we do not know exists in this timeline. And there has been a theory going around ever since Sukiyaki's design was revealed. And that was, could it be that Sukiyaki is Orochi? And to be honest, I hate that theory. I mean, I can understand why people thought that way. His face is almost rectangled the same way, but I, for one, cannot see it. Why in every ounce of the way would Sukiyaki be Orochi? I mean, if he was Orochi, then why hasn't anyone recognized him? Or is it possible that they just choose not to? I mean, I don't really know, and I honestly do not care. No, I don't think they are the same. But we get actually a very quick backstory on the mystery person that is Oden. And let me tell you, it's no wonder he was born. He had Haoshuku no Haki. He was a born prodigy, so to speak. He was almost like Ace. When he was a baby, he was strong enough to fling his wet nurse across the room. By the age of 2, he could catch 2 rabbits. By the age of 4, he was able to throw large boulders. By the age of 6, he already lost his virginity, I presume. By the age of 8, he was already getting drunk and fought with gambles. At the age of 9, the Yakuza blackmailed him from the casino. He then, at the age of 10, just started a fight and nearly killed someone. He was sentenced to hard labor, where he showed off more of his unique talent and climbed to the ranks of the quarry unit until he was running the place. So, after that, his attitude changed a little bit, although still it's not exactly known if it was for the better or for the worse. At age 14, when the capital experienced drought, he diverted the river straight into the capital, but also by doing that, it flooded the thing. And at age of 15, he took a job at a temple where he kidnapped women from the capital and eventually formed a harem. However, despite the parents taking up their weapons to fight him and all that stuff, apparently all the ladies stayed there of their own free will. I guess he must have been a hunk, or maybe he was just such a charmer that the girls didn't even care. This actually makes Orochi's little harem thing a little bit more sense. It almost makes it shown that Orochi really wanted to be just like Oden. Oden did all of this and he got away with every single one of it. Either way, in the conflict with the parents, the harem revolt, even the boss of the Yakuza of that one did that. And he has even had numbers. It was during this time that Sukiyaki handed a paper that said he was going to be disowned. And we also see for the first time Hyogoro of the Flower when he was, well, fit, so to speak. We are also introduced into a character we presumably yet have not met in the present time. There are some implications that it's the Yakuza Kyoshiro. But here it actually brings a nice twist to it all. It's an orphan from Kuri, or from the capital, called Denjiro. Yeah, if you all remember, Denjiro is supposedly the guy who, well, has a lot of things going for him, so to speak. But we haven't yet to meet him in the present time. Or have we? There is that popular fear that perhaps Denjiro is Kyoshiro. It's worth noting that Denjiro is wearing sunglasses here, almost like that ninja boss, and also a little bit different top hat than Kyoshiro. So if he is Denjiro, then he really has changed. But here, this is interesting because Denjiro in this picture looks like a kid. He is like an orphan, so to speak. This seems to suggest that Denjiro was the youngest, except of course for Nekomamushi and Inuarashi, of all the 9 red scarabs. Which means that if he is Kyoshiro, it would make sense, because in my eyes, Kyoshiro do not look that old. At least under 30. Or something like that. We're also for the first time seeing Oden, and yes, he is truly strange. We see him eating shago from on a corpse, not on a corpse, on a skeleton of a old person. I had to admit, when I saw that, I just said, "Huh?" The strange thing is that, yes, that does look a bit disrespectful. But the thing is that he knew this guy called Katsuyu. So the thing is here, the people that saw this thought this was very well dishonoring to the person's memory. But Oden talked to this guy like he knew him. So was this Oden's way of showing respect? It's a strange way, but if you think about it, a lot of Oden's deeds have actually been of deeper respect than people admit of. Yes, he has started a fight, and yes, he kidnapped women, but at the same time, he never stated to have raped a woman. The women stayed of their own free will. And also, he picked fight with people who only picked fight with him. At least that's how it's presumed. Not to mention that, like, he tried to have the capital even if he didn't really think about how these things were going. And him eating on the body of an old friend, presumably, seems to be Oden's way of actually showing respect to someone. Maybe saying that is how it is meant to be. So regardless, however, things takes a little bit to turn for the worse when suddenly a gigantic when the chapter ends though with Denjiro and Kinemon talking to each other about that boss Kurokama wanted to use this pig to destroy the Hyogoro family, because apparently that little boar that they kidnapped actually has a giant tall parent of the white boar, and indeed in the district apparently a giant pig is approaching. But it's during this time, however, that Oden for the first time presumably met Kinemon and Denjiro, saying casually, "I want you to give me that boar." So it's very likely that Oden can stop the spore. But yeah, this is basically the chapter. It's strange and it's extremely slow! Couldn't it have been a little bit faster? But yeah, we're introduced to the wild card that is Oden at long last. I hate his the fact that he's showing his legs. It's extremely vomiting. However, Oden truly was a strange guy. Many things what he did, this did look like disrespecting. But at the same time, it almost seemed to be just his way. He was born unique. No wonder he could scar Kaido. He truly was a strange person. And it almost makes the story about the nine red scarabs sounds almost like they are glorifying him. Because in a way, this also makes sense on how Orochi could manage to get on the bad side of it all. But we have not met Orochi yet, and we probably won't for a long time. We met Sukiyaki from everything else. We don't know who the guy was talking to them. Sukiyaki has now disowned Oden in this picture here. So we'll probably soon meet the other daimyos as well. But whatever happens next, I don't know. But Usuru, yeah, she was very beautiful when she was young. And Wano was really beautiful when Orochi and Kaido didn't destroy it. So the biggest question is now, what really happened? Yeah, Oden was truly the wild card. Give me your thoughts if you have any.